Hello, my name's Tom Starkey. Let me just make this a little bit easier to see before we start. There we go. That's a bit better. Okay, so my name's Tom Starkey. I'm the Assistive Technology Advisor for the University of Leeds. One of the biggest issues that our students are facing in regards to accessibility in assistive technology is being able to use assistive technology with PDFs. PDFs are problematic when it comes to assistive technology due to their lockdown nature, due to the fact that they weren't really supposed to be read on screen anyway. And sometimes the assistive technology that students are reading, such as screen readers, that they use to access their learning materials, sometimes do not work with PDFs. Now, in our department where I work, I'm always looking for workarounds to try and overcome barriers like this. However, it has to be said that this kind of problem should be addressed at source, should be addressed by the person who is creating the resource to ensure that it is accessible to all our students. But when that doesn't happen, we need to try and find ways to overcome these barriers. So PDFs traditionally not very friendly with assistive technology like screen reading in particular. Technology-wise, there's lots of different screen reading options. However, one of the better ones that we've discovered is if we use the Microsoft's Edge browser to read PDFs. It's a fairly easy process, and so this video I'm going to just go through the steps. So I am on a Windows. I'm on a Windows computer at the moment. I'm going to just pick a PDF that I want to be read aloud. Read aloud is Microsoft's read aloud feature, and so it sits on the Edge browser. So let me just show you what it can do. Okay, so I'm going to go onto a PDF that I have downloaded beforehand. I'm going to right click, and I am not going to open it with Adobe Acrobat, which is the choice at the top. I am going to go to this little menu, which allows me to choose what I'm going to open the PDF with. And in this case, I'm going to go around to the bottom, and I'm going to open it with Microsoft Edge. And let's see what happens. Okay, so what we have here now is we have our PDF reader in the Microsoft Edge browser environment. As you can see, this is just an installation guide to Dragon Professional, which is an extremely good speech-to-text, speech orientation program for students with all manner of issues. Let's see how it does when it comes to reading. I'm just going to see if I can read this page here.
Chapter 1. Preparing to install. This section contains information on the prerequisites for installing Dragon, Dragon system requirements, and information on which preparing for an installation or upgrade. Before installing, modifying, or upgrading Dragon Professional Individual. Close all open applications.
So it easily recognizes the options. That may be a little bit fast for some of you out there. It's just that I use screen readers quite a lot in my job and in my own life. So I tend to kind of just boost up the speed a little bit. The read aloud option in the Edge browser has some really nice voice options. So you can speed up the voice, you can slow down the voice, and you have choices of natural voices as well, a rather large choice of natural voices. So that's it. PDF reading through the Edge browser. The reason that I've mentioned this in the video is that it seems to be able to read a greater selection, not everything, obviously, but it seems to be able to read a greater selection of documentation than other screen readers at this point in time. But anyway, it's a quick and easy workaround. It shouldn't really need a workaround, as I mentioned before in the video, but when we do, this is a good option. So I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you very much for listening, and if you want any more tips or tricks, just keep this Minerva page in mind, and I'm sure I'll be updating it at some point in the future. So thank you very much for listening. Much obliged.